Well, good Saturday morning and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. Hopefully your Saturday is off to a phenomenal start. Sunny and chilly here in the mid-Michigan area. I guess that's the best way to put it all together. We're having a chilly May so far. And it's Michigan. Wait a week, it'll change. That's how we say it, right? A couple of good mornings to get going. Gary, good morning to you as well as Mike checking in this morning. And Jeff, a happy Saturday to you as well. Jesse, rock and roll, good morning. St. Louis, jamming some Mott. Always good. You're a young dude, right? Thank you for being here as well as Tyler. Hey, Tyler, got your stuff for you, man. I think we talked in there as well. Tiffany, good morning to you as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. What a busy week release-wise we had yesterday. The vintage vinyl video is out there, and the best way to put it is eclectic. How's that? It was an interesting mix. A lot of obscure one-off 80s stuff in there as well. We still do have a lot of things from the vintage vinyl video. I'd encourage you to back up and check that out when you have a chance, as well as the new releases. Dino Don in the house. My old pal Dino Don up Marquette Way, and former DJ and all-around cool dude as well. And on the west side, all parts of the states represent. Mr. Rick, good morning to you from West Michigan. Thanks so much for being here. Hey, while you're at it, if you are, I'm looking here and I see there's no way for me to break this down. Oh, I guess there is. Looks like there's 14 of you on Facebook and 5 watching on YouTube as we speak, and nobody on Twitch. What's up, Twitch? I guess I should be playing a game. So if you're on YouTube and you have not done so yet, please hit that subscribe button and make sure that you do so. We're upwards of 300 and some plus subscribers now, which is pretty good considering we've been at this here for a couple of months. So we'd like to see that number grow. So make sure that you tell your friends to subscribe as well. And if you really want to be into it, if you're into the whole YouTube thing, make sure you enable the notifications on your mobile device. That way, whenever we put up some new material on the YouTube channel, you will see it first. So yeah, hit that subscribe button if you would. It would always be greatly appreciated. Kevin, good morning to you as well, sir. Thanks for being here. So the new releases yesterday, the big one that everyone was talking about was the Van Weezer release that hit. This was, if I'm trying to remember my history right, supposed to be released before OK Human was released, but COVID, of course, as it's wont to do, has screwed up mostly everything in this world. So Van Weezer got pushed back a little bit. Supposed to be teamed up with a great big stadium tour, but don't be fooled. This is not a Van Halen cover album. It's a tribute, the title obviously, to Eddie Van Halen after his passing, but this is a Weezer album. You can say it's a full rock-on album as well. It's a little more guitar-centric than OK Human was, which was just released about a month or so ago. But it's definitely a rock album, but at its heart, it's still Weezer. Both Heather and Katie are going to do a review for next Wednesday's record show. They delve a little bit deeper, although briefly, into the Van Weezer album, and they talk a little bit about that. So make sure you are tuning in and or subscribe to check that out as well. But it's an interesting listen. We gave this a little bit, a couple of spins yesterday, actually. The vinyl itself, if you're curious, and I know you are, is a neon pink vinyl on the Van Weezer side. Hold on, let me do the YouTube thumbnail. Is that how that's how that works? Neon pink sounds nice, but so here's the other part of this, and the girls will get into this on the review side of things as well. I tell you what, it's got some influences, so much so that in the liner notes, Weezer credits Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads for essentially playing the intro to Crazy Train on the track Blue Dream. And elsewhere in here and listening to this, I'm doing this. There's a Metallica theme going through one of the songs as well. It's unmistakable in my brain at least. So take that as it will, as you will. Unmistakable is kind of a riff on Enter Sandman and some of the music. And then another one, I picked up the Traveling Wilburys, like a sped up, more rocky version of Handle with Care, just the kind of the harmony going through in the guitar side. So it's a Weezer album, true and true, and it's got some flair from other stuff, but give them credit. They at least credited Ozzy and Randy Rhoads for starting off a song that makes you think it is Crazy Train from Ozzy, but definitely worth a check out. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 of the pink vinyl versions of this left. I can get more next week. It looks like we've got an ample supply of this available for you as well. Tyler saying, oh, you got notifications on Facebook. Cool. Good to know. So that'll work as well. The only complaint that it's too short. Are you talking the Weezer album? Probably, I'd hope as well. And Asia and good vibes. There we go. Good vibes to you, Jeff. Thank you for being here. I'm losing track of the comments here. And Blue Oyster Cult. There's a few things there I missed. I must have missed a comment in there, Tyler. Sorry about that as well. Adam, the Weezer record is fun. Yes, it is. I'll give you that much as well. So hi from Toledo. Betty saying hi. Good morning to you. And thank you for being here. Tyler, yes. Okay. We'll talk later. Sneaking in the new releases yesterday, and I have to admit I'm unfamiliar with this. There is a film out. I believe it's probably a documentary, a music doc of sorts on Frank Zappa. So this was released yesterday, an album called Zappa, the Motion Picture Soundtrack. This particular version is on double LP clear vinyl. It features unreleased, according to the hype sticker. 2LP contains highlights from the original motion picture soundtrack to the acclaimed Zappa documentary by Alex Winter. Alex, is that the same Alex Winter I'm thinking? Is it Bill and Ted? I better do some research on that one. Features unreleased material from the vault and standout tracks from Zappa's vast catalog. Many of them pressed on vinyl for the first time ever. So could be a cool thing for you Zappa fans. Motherly love, by the way, happy Mother's Day coming up tomorrow on Sunday. The Duke, how could I be such a fool? Absolutely free. Call any vegetable, apostrophe, sofa, Moe's Vacation, Valley Girl. I know I'm an 80s kid, so personal fit, not 80s kid, 80s whatever, college kid there. Valley Girl is on here, as well as Envelopes and Watermelon and Easter Hay. So some cool stuff for you Zappa fans. Speaking of interesting music, the Fish, the White Tapes, the White Tape rather, silver and white splatter vinyl album features early recordings 84 through 86 by Trey and Mike, as well as some full band tracks. It's been a while. I kind of fell off the Fish radar after my college days, so we'll go from there. Let's see. Rick says, yep, it is Alex Winter as well. Okay, this one from May 4th earlier, so the 4th was with us. A music on vinyl release of music from the Star Wars saga. So music on vinyl has got a series called At the Movies, and this is something from them. Now, this is the John Williams compositions as performed by, music composed by John Williams. Who is this by? Conducted by Robert Ziegler. So I'm unfamiliar with that. And what orchestra? Oh, there it is. Robert Ziegler, conductor from the Slovak National Symphony Orchestra and members of the Slovak Philharmonic Choir. So double LP on Yoda green vinyl it is, with a lot of cuts from across the Star Wars movies, several of them all the way through. So it's got the ones that you need on there. I don't see a Cantina theme, though. So, but this is numbered as well. We've got one of these left, and this is number 1443 of, how many did they say? 1,500 copies. So a limited run. Probably will not get any more of those in as well. We mentioned this on the Wednesday show with Ken when he was on. This, I know you can't see it. It's New Order live at the Alexandra Palace. 3 LP, 180 gram vinyl, over 2 hours of New Order live music. Blue Monday, Ultraviolence, Plastic Love, Vigilantes, see Temptation, and Love Will Tear Us Apart, plus many, many more. So this was a recent recording. It's not old stuff. It's a fairly recent recording from New Order playing live triple LP. Speaking of live, we've got one of the Amy Winehouse at the BBC. These are cuts taken from BBC appearances before her death, a triple LP on vinyl for the very first time. Black vinyl includes a digital download. Lots of great stuff for you Amy Winehouse fans on there as well. Now, Tyler H had ordered these, and we've got a couple extras. It's Maggie Rogers, an indie artist. That's probably the best way to describe her. And this is notes from the archive, early recordings or just recordings from 2011 through 2016. A double LP from Maggie Rogers. If you get a chance to do some research, some cool stuff. We've got two variations of this, a marigold vinyl and a green vinyl version. So one of each of those if you are into that. Hey, speaking of the 80s, as we did, we've got a Beat Farmers, a reissue Tales from the New West, classic 85 debut album from Reckless Western Hayseed, Boogie Woogie, Bug-Eyed Ballads, and Suicide Blues, headbutting rockabilly legends, the Beat Farmers. That's quite the hype sticker, by the way. So some cool stuff from college radio days. Also that we snuck in yesterday was the Marfa tapes. This is Jack Ingram, Miranda Lambert, and John Randall. So some good country stuff, brand new for you folks. This is a double LP featuring those three great country artists. So you can check that out. Speaking of country, got a couple of the fairly recently released Eric Church, Heart, Soul, no and. Again, the and is a special website only release from Eric Church, but we've got the Heart, Soul versions of things as well. Looking at the time, I should probably get moving here. If you missed last week's record show, we had an in-depth talk with Andy Reid from Legal Matters. Andy, by the way, best known as the proprietor and sound engineer and producing genius over at Reid Recording Company in Bay City. And this is the latest album released last week from his group, The Legal Matters. Andy does solo stuff. He's done stuff with American Underdog. But this is some really cool stuff. You get a chance, check it out. We do have a few copies of this as well in store. So, and we can probably get more from them. I think I may have a connection, but some very, very cool indie pop stuff from Andy and the Legal Matters. Check out last week's record show and you can learn more about that. A couple of key reissues, restocks back in stock. We got a couple of Pantera from the other day back in. John Randall asking the question, as in Sawyer Brown, Mid-Michigan native. I'll have to do some research on that and let you know. I guess I blew right by me on that. Reissue of the Misfits, self-titled from 88, but a current reissue of that. And we've got a couple more with some of these on the way. Just I'm hearing from folks that picked up these early recordings from Clapton and the Yardbirds with Sonny Boy Williamson, Historic Recordings Volume 1 and Volume 2. And folks are saying that these are a phenomenal collection, or phenomenal sounding records. I'm going to have to crack one of these open for quality control purposes, two of them actually, and check them out. But we do have a couple in stock here as well. Clapton and the Yardbirds, some early stuff from them. These are going to be live with Sonny Boy Williamson. And one final note, we talked about this on the record show with Ken the other day, that Billie Eilish has got a new album coming out. I forget when, but it's coming up pretty quickly. For those of you who are going to be really into it, best to let me know if you want one of these pre-ordered. We don't want another Greta Van Fleet. Well, we do. We pre-ordered all of those and we didn't end up with any. No news yet on the white vinyl, by the way. But if you're into Billie Eilish and you want to get one of the indie exclusives and for some reason it's going to be on brown vinyl, let me know and we'll put you down for a pre-order so we know how many of those to get in stock. I'm hearing that it's probably going to be a fairly big release and folks are going to be clamoring for that. So we'll just have to wait and see how that ends up playing out. So that being said, I think we're up on time. I'm going to let you guys get on with your week, and hopefully if your weekend includes celebrating Mother's Day here at the Wasteland, bring your mom on by. Love to have some crate digging going on. We are open today from now until 6 p.m. Tomorrow, Sunday, from 12 noon until 5 p.m. So as I said, happy Mother's Day to my mother and all of the other mothers out there. And be sure to swing on by if you have a chance. Some big stuff going on next week. Make sure you check out the record show on Wednesday for the Weezer review from Heather and Katie. And then next Friday, maybe a little hint, I'm working on something huge for the Friday drop video. So make sure you are subscribed and notified about that. And then we're thinking about something. Oh, hold on. Mystery bags. Mystery bags may be making a return next weekend as well. We'll have to wait and see how that works for you as well. So, all right, you guys have a great weekend. Get out and enjoy yourself. Stop on by and see us here at the Wasteland if you so desire, but we will be here as well. You guys have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next Saturday from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. Thanks again for being here, everyone.